Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. It's Tuesday. Stock market down a little bit today. Dow Jones down 100, NASDAQ down about 300. Stock market really hasn't been doing a lot for the last week. One day up, one day down, one day up, one day down. Kind of a sideways pattern. Now, I do think we're going to get a next selling wave. I think the next wave is going to be down. I think we're going to get selling pressure coming into the marketplace. I think we're going to retest the recent low. Now I have a small short position on. I continue to leave that on, and we'll see how that all plays out. I do think we're going to get a wave of selling coming soon, so just be cautious here if you're long. Okay, let's move on to the real estate market. I like to talk about this market, and this market's been interesting lately. Now, I'm a real estate broker, full disclosure, and real estate brokers are really not to say that we're in a real estate bubble. That's not what we say. We say we have a housing affordability crisis. But don't worry, we know how to fix it. We're going to fix it with 40-year mortgages, maybe 50-year mortgages. Only 17% of Americans can afford to buy a house right now. So we have a housing affordability crisis. You see, real estate brokers, we're supposed to use different language. We're not supposed to say a price reduction when we reduce the price of a listing. We're supposed to say price improvement. We have a price improvement on the house. Well, what we've got in real estate is price distortion. Now, this distortion is coming to an end. For the last couple of years, we've been choking the housing market. We've been doing this by not allowing any foreclosures and not allowing any evictions and keeping mortgage rates artificially low. This has been choking the housing market. Also, the supply chain of new homes. New homes are having trouble getting them built because of the supply chain. The housing market has been choked. Well, a lot of this is going to be coming to an end. Look at their eviction moratoriums are going away. The forbearance. Now, foreclosure forbearance, let's just estimate, let's call it on the low side, about 5 million people not paying their mortgages right now. Now, there's a lot of this is going to change the housing market. Okay, so we got 5 million in forbearance. Now, these people in forbearance are either going to have to start to pay or they're going to get foreclosed upon. Now, we already have 1 million people in foreclosure right now that are over 90 days delinquent on their mortgages. Now, foreclosure rates are spiking. They're spiking up really quick, 200% year over year. Now, that's not a whole huge number, but it's going to get much bigger. So we got this tidal wave of foreclosures coming onto the marketplace, right? Okay, so we got that coming. Now new homes. I want to talk about new homes. My last episode, I talked about how a lot of people are backing out of the contracts. Things are falling out of escrow. Now, the United States, we have well over 1 million homes that are under construction right now, maybe closer to 1.5 million homes. Well, about half of the homes, when they build a new home, these are pre-sold. And about half of these are pre-sold. So let's say there's 1 million homes that are being built and that 500,000 of them have been pre-sold. Well, what's happened is the mortgage rates have gone like this. So these pre-sold homes, a lot of people have started to drop out. They go, no, I can't afford the financing. I want my deposit back. There is a clause in there that says if they can't get financing, that they will get their deposit back. So they get their deposit back and the home builder does not have that home sold. Now, if you notice the stocks like Lennar and Toll Brothers, now those have been coming down. They're down about 40% off of their highs. That's because a lot of these homes are not going to get sold. And they're having trouble finishing the homes because of the supply chain. But hopefully the supply chain opens up and they can finish the homes. But where did the buyers go? Well, the buyers went away when the mortgages went up, right? Okay, so the buyers have disappeared for these new homes, so they're going to be sitting vacant. Now, I want to talk about vacant homes a little bit. Now, in the United States, it's about 12% of homes are actually vacant. 12%. Okay. Now, in some states, it's as high as 20%, like Vermont, Maine. Those are at 22%, meaning 1 out of every 5 homes just sits vacant. They just sit vacant. Now, why is this? Why are there so many vacant homes in the United States? Now, I know there's a lot of homes out there that, well, basically they are they're, your second home, your vacation home, and those homes are vacant part of the year when you're not using it. Now, a lot of people can Airbnb those homes out, so they're not always vacant, but there's over 10%, 12% of homes in the United States are vacant. Now, what has caused this is investors. Investors, believe it or not, it's investors. 35% of homes that are bought right now are bought by investors. Now, that's fascinating to me. Okay, why are investors buying so many homes? Well, it's because the government keeps interest rates incredibly low, right? And there's nowhere to get a return on your money. Look at, if your money's in the bank, let's say it's in the bank, it doesn't get 1%, but let's say it gets 1%. We got inflation rate running about 7-8%, so you got a negative 7 or 8% return on your money. So people want to invest. They want to put their money somewhere else, and real estate's been going like this, up 15 to 20% a year. Do you realize that is an abnormal market? Real estate does not normally go up 15 to 20% a year. Average is 2% a year, but it's been going like this because, well, we keep printing this money. So you got these investors, they're buying homes. Well, why are they vacant though? Well, they don't rent them out. You know why they don't rent them out? Well, because they're worried that the government's going to come and not let you collect the rent again. If you can't collect your rent, why would you want to rent it out? You got someone living in your home for free. You might as well just board it up and watch the 15 to 20% inflation kick in, and your home will keep going up, keep going up. Well, I think this is all coming to an end. I think it's changing. I think things are changing. Okay, look at now. I went on. Over the weekend, I had a couple of sellers. A couple of sellers called me. They want to sell their property. Now, that's unusual for me. I'm just a one-man shop. I'd have buyers that, well, they used to call. They kind of went away. But this weekend, I had two sellers call me. Okay, so I went on a listing appointment yesterday, a listing appointment. Now, in my neighborhood, houses are, well, they're expensive. Let's just say it. They're outrageous. It's gotten crazy around here, okay? So this was a luxury home, and it was about 3,500 square feet. 3,500 square feet, and, it's a luxury home sitting up in a nice area, up a hill a little bit, kind of a little bit of a view, not much, kind of a little view, though. But okay, so I went out and I met with the seller. Now, the seller, how they have their mind frame set. Okay, well, they want to get top dollar, right? So, well, we kind of had a difference of opinion as to what their home was worth. Now they came, I asked them, well, what do you expect to get for it? Well, they said, well, Zillow's got it at $5.8 million. So they thought they'd list it for $6 million. I said, interesting. Okay, well, this home is basically a luxury fixer-upper. It needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of work. It's a fixer-upper. There's been, maintenance that hasn't been done for, well, let's call it 25 years. So there's some maintenance that needs to be caught up on this home. Well, anyways, I don't even know how to reach the subject, but you got to be brutally honest. So I explained to him, I go, well, if we fix it up and do the repairs, we might be able to get $4 million. They want $6 million, okay? And I told them we could probably, if we fix it up, we can probably get $4 million. They go, well, how can Zillow be so far off? I think Zillow asked themselves that question. Didn't Zillow just lose $1 billion by buying homes? They had to shut down their iBuying service. Now, a lot of the iBuying services are just completely going away. They're stopped buying them because houses starting to go down. And when things start to go down, the iBuyers, they run for cover. They don't want to buy homes in this market because the homes aren't going up. Those investors, the 35% that buy homes, I think they'll stop buying homes if home prices start to go down. I really think they'll completely go away. The housing market will adjust back to normal at some point. Now, it's going to take a year or two to play out, but it's going to take time. But with interest rates are going like this. And I just feel that this house market is really shifting, okay? The supply chain that's been choking it, the foreclosures, the eviction moratorium, the supply chain to building new homes, the artificially low interest rates, all of this is starting to shift, and we're going to get a change. Now, I keep telling people I would not be a buyer here. Now, I told the seller, in the meeting I had just yesterday, yesterday. I told them it's an excellent time to sell, and they want to sell. They just want to sell their home for $2 million more than it's worth. And, we all want to get top dollar when we're selling, and the buyers, they all want to get in for a bargain price. So it's going to take some time for the seller's mentality to meet with the buyer's mentality, and it'll probably be somewhere in between. But I think that the shift is here. I think that we're going to get that half off sale I keep talking about. I think we're already dropping, like I say, the sellers, they're not adjusting their prices yet because they still want top dollar. But when they don't sell, they're really not going to have a choice, right? I mean, what else are they going to do? I guess they can hold on to the home, and maybe make it a rental, a $4 million house. Well, they might be able to, I don't know, get $8,000 or $10,000 rent a month. And that's good if the house is paid off, but if they got a mortgage on that, well, it's not so good, right? So I think the market is changing. I think that new homes are going to be coming onto the market, and the price of those new homes are going to be coming down because the contracts that are already out there, the purchasers, they're dropping out. They're dropping like flies. They're calling up the builder and saying, I want out. I want my deposit back. I can't afford these high interest rates. When I put my deposit down, I could afford the loan. Now I can't afford the loan, so give me my deposits back. I think the home builder stocks still have more to fall. I think they're going to fall more. I think we're going to get the selling wave in the stock market. That's what I'm looking for in the next week or two, is a pullback to retest that low. Let's see if that selling wave happens. Anyways, I'm Tall Mike. If you enjoyed this stuff, thumbs up. Get out there. Have a great Tuesday, everybody, and I hope to talk to you all again real soon. Bye-bye now.